is, I'm not saying they're bad people, not charged with bad people, they're in the prison, but you need to stay away from these people. And the reason for that is they spend all of their time thinking about how they are going to get something from you or out of you.
I think
that's probably what happened in this
again,
particular
I know it's unfortunate that we've all seen this many times, but I do believe that this is a situation where she was, taken advantage of in her kind of.
Mr. Brooks, how old are you?
As a single mom.
I'm 42 years old.
How far did you go in school?
I didn't go far in school.
Are you able to read and write English?
Yeah.
Are you under the influence of drugs or alcohol?
Oh, no, sir.
Are you taking any medications?
Yeah, but it ain't. It's not stopping me from understanding what's going on today.
All right. Are you going to enter a plea of guilty to 1 count of illegal conveyance of drugs of abuse onto grounds of a specified government facility, in this case a prison? That is a third-degree felony. It's punishable by up to 36 months in prison and a $10,000 fine. It also carries with it an optional period of post-release control. That means the adult parole authority can but is not required to supervise you for up to 2 years after your release. Mr. Harris, what are the facts?
Your Honor, if this matter proceeded to trial, the state would show beyond a reasonable doubt, in addition to all allegations in the indictment as to count 1, that on or about February 2nd of 2025, co-defendant conveyed a controlled substance into Lebanon Correctional Institute in Turtle Creek Township, Warren County, Ohio, and passed these drugs to inmate Brooks during a visit. The substance was sent to the lab. It did test as 5-fluoro-ADB, which is a Schedule 1 controlled substance.
Any on those facts, Mr. Moss?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Brooks, did you hear those facts?
Yeah.
You admit they are true?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand the rights you're giving up by entering your plea?
Yes.
Which plea?
Guilty.
Based upon the plea of guilty, I'm going to find you guilty. I think that you've made a knowing, voluntary, and intelligent choice here today, only after you had been fully advised of your constitutional rights, which you waived and rejected here in open court. Any reason not to go into the matter of the sentence today?
No, Your Honor.
We have 0 days of jail time credit, no restitution, right?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Mr. Harris, anything additional from the state?
Your Honor, we just ask that the court adopt the recommendation of the parties of 9 months consecutive to the time he's currently serving.
Mr. Moss?
The same, Your Honor.
Anything you want to tell me, Mr. Brooks?
I mean, yeah, but no. I got a rough life, man. You know, like, they gave me 75 years for a charge I really never did. Like, I'm really innocent in it. Like, what I'm currently in jail for. And it's like, my family left me. My kids don't know me. My baby mothers, they gone, they live their life, they turned their backs on me. I ain't got nobody, like, so it's like, I'm not a bad person, you know, but them lawyers be wanting money to get out of jail, and the cases be costing so much. So it's like I'm forced to have to do certain stuff inside the prison, you know, to try to help myself, because I don't have no outside help. You know what I'm saying? And I just want you to see, you know, like, it's crazy. Like, I got to go through this type of stuff, you know, but it's just the life I live. Where I come from, low poverty, I mean, it's crazy. But I done grew during this time. I've been locked up since 2015. And it's like, this the only way I could, like, get out of jail, like, or is to do stuff like this. You see what I'm saying? And I ain't even that type of guy. Like, I don't want to keep making these type of, you know what I'm saying, choices and decisions. But how can I, you know, they disbarred the Lord. I mean, the judge that had my case. They threw him off the bench, suspended him. My case still ain't come up. They still ain't, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, his name was Daniel Gall. You know, and if you read it up, if you look at it, it's crazy. The same stuff they suspended him for, he did in my case. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't have no help. You got anything you think that you could help me, like, on that side? Even though this case don't have nothing to do with these courts, because it's kind of crazy, man. I need some help, man. Because I don't want to make these same choices and decisions again, and then I come right back in front of you. Then you got to be like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But it's like no disrespect to you, and I appreciate these courts, the prosecutor, this lawyer, you know. But what I don't want to keep coming. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to keep coming in front of these courts trying to help myself, and I'm bumping my head and making these type of decisions and putting people in trouble. You know, I just want to. I need some help, man.
Here's the problem with that, Mr. Brooks, and it's not that I'm unsympathetic to what you're saying. You know, I have 2 prisons in my jurisdiction, and I've been doing this for almost 20 years now. So I understand that the fact that you come before me in an orange jumpsuit does not automatically mean that you are a bad person or that you're some sort of terrible human being. But I don't have the ability to do anything in your other case.
Right.
I do know the facts and circumstances of Judge Gall, which was terrible, and yeah, he's no longer with the company in Cuyahoga County.
Yeah.
But there's nothing I can do about that in this case. All I have is what's presented to me in this case. So I do find that a prison sentence, the joint recommended sentence, is appropriate. I'm going to sentence you to 9 months. That's consecutive to the time that you're already doing. I think a consecutive sentence is necessary to properly punish you, to protect the public, and the overall sentence is not disproportionate to the conduct involved here or the danger posed by you. I do find that you're indigent for the purposes of fines and costs. For what it's worth, Mr. Brooks, if you get your other conviction thrown out, you got this case as your only thing.
Yeah.
You know, that's all I can tell you. I can't do anything about your other case.
I appreciate it.
You do have the right to appeal this to the 12th District Court of Appeals in Middletown. If you don't have the funds to hire a lawyer, to obtain a transcript, or to pay the cost, they will all be provided to you at no charge. Good luck to you, Mr. Brooks.
All right, thank you, sir.
I'll go get this.
All right.
Ms. Garth, 25 CR 42960. Present before the court is Ms. Garth, right? Represented by Mr. Ocello. We have Mr. Harris in the prosecutor's office and Officer Sukovecki from probation. Everybody had the opportunity to review the PSI?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. Any reason not to go forward with sentence today?
No, Your Honor.
Your Honor. We have 10 days of jail time credit, $35 in reimbursements. That sound right to everybody?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Harris, on behalf of the state.
Your Honor, just in addition to what we discussed in chambers, we would ask that defendant, if granted community control, not to be on any ODRC facility ground, nor have any contact with their co-defendant, Michael Brooks.
Officer Sukovecki, anything from probation?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Mr. Ocello?
Your Honor, in lieu of what Mr. Harris had indicated to the court about the no contact, I believe the court had indicated if my client was wanting to write letters to the alleged co-defendant in this case, that she would be able to do that. Is that still okay?
Is that true, Ms. Garth? We still want to have contact with Mr. Brooks, and if so, why?
I feel like he's a good guy, despite, you know, what his docket says. I just learned a different side of him. I don't know, you know, that side of him. And I just want him to remain hopeful, you know, of his homecoming.
All right, anything else, Mr. Ocello?
No, Your Honor. Other than that, I would ask the court to order the jail time credit. Per our discussion, ask for the court to transfer the probation, or considering community control, and then transferring it to Cuyahoga County. That is where Ms. Garth resides.
Ms. Garth, is there anything that you would like to tell me?
No.
So here's the thing, Ms. Garth, I've been doing this for a while now, and one of the things that I know about the folks that are in my prisons is, I'm not saying they're bad people, they're not charged with bad people, they're in the prison, but you need to stay away from these people. And the reason for that is they spend all of their time thinking about how they are going to get something from you or out of you. That's probably what happened in this particular case, and you need to stay away from these people. Exercise a little bit of better judgment in that regard. I do find that you're amenable to community control, so I'm going to put you on basic probation for a period of 3 years. We're going to transfer your supervision to Cuyahoga County, so it'll be more convenient for you. I'm going to give you credit for the 10 days that you have already done. I'm not going to impose a fine. I am going to impose the costs upon you. It is a special term of your probation that you are not to be on the grounds of a prison, jail, community-based corrections facility, anywhere that they house inmates. You are not allowed to be on the premises of those institutions unless you are one of the inmates. I don't care if you want to write these folks, not a good idea, but if you want to do that, that's on you. If you violate the terms of your supervision or you leave the state without permission, I can sentence you to up to the maximum penalty in this case, which is 36 months in prison. Anything else?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, you do have the right to appeal this to the 12th District Court of Appeals in Middletown. If you don't have the funds to hire a lawyer, to obtain a transcript, or to pay the costs, they'll all be provided to you without charge. Good luck to you, Ms. Carr.
Thanks.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, this is State of Ohio versus Lanika Moore. Case number is 25CR42364. Ms. Moore is present today with her attorney, Andrew Brenner. The state is represented by Brian Goodyear. We are here for sentencing. Is there a statement from the state of Ohio?
Your Honor, I understand that Ms. Moore has really no prior criminal history. Frankly, it's kind of a mystery as to why she involved herself in doing this. And I am aware of probation's recommendation to the court as to sentencing. And I certainly would agree that having no record, that obviously this is a case where I would expect the court to place her on community control for a period of time. I know there's a component of the recommendation for community service, which I think is a good idea. And I know also that the recommendation includes a recommendation that she serve a period of local incarceration because apparently she has not been incarcerated previously on this charge. And I think that's also, I think, an important recommendation because while, again, obviously she's not going to go to prison and she's going to be placed on community control, this is a serious charge and this is a serious thing to do. To try and get drugs into one of the jails here in Warren County is a serious matter. And I think that some type of incarceration needs to be part of the accountability that she has for her actions. So the state would recommendation and ask the court also to place her on some type of term of local incarceration as a condition of her community control.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Brenner, anything on behalf of Ms. Moore?
Thank you, Your Honor. Throughout this case, I've gotten to know Ms. Moore pretty well. She has 5 children. She's a single mother, lives in Columbus. And it's tragic. I know we've all seen this before. I think this is a situation where she was taken advantage of. She was lonely, and I think this individual who she kind of knew through some mutual acquaintances kind of reached out to her, and they started a kind of long distance, obviously phone only relationship, and then he started suggesting that she bring things into the prison for him, and obviously she did, and she's here because she took responsibility for her role in this. Frankly, Your Honor, I'm not sure that I've ever seen a more spotless kind of prior record, and she has basically no record at all. And Your Honor, I know that she's ashamed and embarrassed about this. I think the fact that she did not have a criminal history is something she was very proud of. Again, she works long hours at Walmart. She worked overnight last night. She was just talking to me about how tired she is. And Your Honor, I think that suspending incarceration is sufficient punishment for Ms. Moore, not only to ensure that nothing like this happens again, but to hold her accountable. I think that, again, I know it's unfortunate that we've all seen this many times, but I do believe that this is a situation where she was taken advantage of in her kind of vulnerable state as a single mom who was stressed out and busy. And I know that's not an excuse, Your Honor, but I do think it's an explanation. And I am confident in saying that nothing like this is ever going to happen again. Ms. Moore's always been present on time. She lives in Columbus. It's a little over an hour drive, and she's always here on time. She's always met with pretrial, no issues. There have been no concerns. And Your Honor, I have no reason to believe that wouldn't continue on community control. I'd ask this court to suspend a sentence, place her into community control, and I think she'll show this court that nothing like this is ever going to happen again, and this will be the last time this court sees her, or any court for that matter.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Moore, is there anything you'd like to say?
I'd like to say I apologize for my mistakes. I take full responsibility for what I did. Focus on taking care of my kids. I work, and my focus is on them. And I apologize.
Have you got someone to take care of your 5-year-old or 6-year-old?
No, I have friends, like work coworkers that help out.
Just about every time I ask this question, which I think I stopped a long time ago, is why did you do this? They're usually younger than you. They're usually 19 to 25. And they say, well, he said he was going to take care of me. How did you meet this individual?
I knew him from mutual friends a long time ago, and then these so-called mutual friends connected us, and we started talking. And one thing led to another. I let him get in my head, and I don't know why I did it.
I'm wondering what you would tell your daughter. You've got, your oldest is 19.
Oh, she's 20.
20?
She'll be 21, 29.
If she said, I'm talking to a guy in prison.
She didn't agree with it. And I just recently told her, they didn't know anything. I don't tell them anything until this happened. So she's upset with me.
Rightfully so. And it's not that unusual for a person to have a clean record, because if you had a felony, you wouldn't be going to the prison. You're not allowed to go to the prison if you have a felony conviction. So that's who they seek this complicit behavior from. How many hours a week do you work?
40 hours.
Okay, I've considered the statements made, the pre-sentence investigation, and I've considered the purposes and principles of sentencing, which include to protect the public from future crime by the offender and others, and to punish the offender using minimum sanctions that the court determines. What was the drug, Mr. Goodyear?
You know, the drugs were buprenorphine and then 5-fluoro-ADB Schedule 1 and MD-MB4EN PIN-ACA Schedule 1, which I believe is a version of
Ecstasy?
ecstasy, right.
Okay. If you're taking Suboxone into the prison, one, people can overdose on that, and two, people will kill other people for that. They're already in prison for life, so what's one more? That's kind of the attitude there. So I placed her on community control for a period of 3 years, ordered her to do 100 hours of community service, also to obtain mental health counseling consistent with her assessment, pay the $175 drug testing fee, no fine, pay court cost. If you'll get a set of rules from probation. If you violate any of those rules, if you violate any law, or if you leave the state without permission of the court or your probation officer, the court may impose a longer time under the same sanction, may impose a more restrictive sanction, or may impose a prison term on you. The range from which the prison term may be imposed as a sanction for the violation is 9 to 36 months. If you come back here on a violation, then don't expect that you're going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
Oh, no contact with the co-defendant or any person in any state or federal institution. You cannot go onto the grounds of any correction facility. Brenner, is there anything I need to address?
I don't think so,
haven't
Your Honor. I think
addressed?
you've covered it.
Ma'am, do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, that's all.
Thank you, Your Honor. Okay, so what we talked about, you're going to go meet with